What's up guys, do you want to go from being able to do this to being able to do this? Then stick with me and I'll show you how. Decide, and you might look at them like, that's a bit of a circus act, I'll never be able to achieve that. I'm here to tell you that as long as you stick with the consistency of this ab training, you can progress from the basic to the best of these exercises, and you'll be surprised at how quickly you're able to achieve it. All you need is a single piece of equipment to be able to hang from, which most of the time you'll be able to find in your own home. So the idea with the hanging leg raise is to hold the body in a neutral position and focus a lot of your leg weight onto the abs. One of the first and most simple ways to start doing this is by doing a hanging knee raise. This is going to help you set the body into a posture and start to help you connect that mind to muscle, putting that weight through into the abs and also embracing that core contraction. So let's start with the basic, and that is a hanging knee raise and a hanging leg raise. Using either an overhand grip or a hammer grip, completely up to you, whichever one feels more stable, whichever one your grip lasts longer, that's the one to choose. So grabbing hold of the handles, make sure you've got a nice firm grip. From here what we're going to do is we're going to engage the scapula, which means keeping the shoulders back and retracted. Once in this position, we're going to bring our knees up to around about our waist height and hold them out at a perpendicular angle to the floor. At the same time, what we're going to do is we're going to pull in our lower abs and contract our midsection. We're simply then going to hold and hang for around about 30 seconds. And then blowing the air out, contract the abs, keep them contracted, and then breathe normally. You're going to be able to hold this as long as the grip goes until the grip gives up, or until you get to around about 30 seconds and you feel a nice burn in the core. You're going to do around about 3 to 5 sets of this hanging version before progressing to the next stage once you feel strong enough. So once you're able to do 5 sets of the hanging knee raises and you feel like you're stable and comfortable enough to move on, we're going to do the hanging leg raise. Same things apply, 30-second sets or until your grip gives up, but this time you're going to bring the legs up in a straight line out from the body and hold from here. This has a lot more added stress on the shoulders, it also pulls on the hamstrings. So make sure that you've warmed up enough prior to doing this. Due to that extra leverage of the legs now being out in front of you, there's going to be a tendency to want to arch the lower back and allow the rib cage to rise. So upon lifting the legs, make sure that you pull the rib cage down and push your lower back towards the wall. This is going to stop the overarching of the lower back and keep our focus on the abs. Warm everything up as before, but now we're going to be doing multiple lifts and reps for each movement. So this is no longer a timed exercise, but more looking towards that kind of 8 to 12 rep range. For the knee raise, we're going to bring up as before, but instead of holding at the top, we're going to return back down to a full neutral body position, making sure to control the abs all the way down, not allowing the lower backs to arch or the rib cage to expand excessively. So maintain that control, pulling down the abs the entire way before returning to the top. Nice and slow and nice and controlled, and this is our repped hanging knee raises. No real difference, but a definite step up in difference level. Same with the hanging leg raise. This one is where you're going to find that the body's really going to want to swing back and forward, so control is going to be key. The way to avoid swinging here is to include glutes within the movement. That's right, the butt is going to help work your abs. Now to avoid the swing, what we're going to do on the negative is we're going to start to squeeze the glutes as the legs come down. By doing that, we're helping to keep the spine in a neutral position, we're controlling that core, and we're going to be able to stop the body from swinging through, because the swing is often caused by the lower back arching, allowing that momentum to kick back through the body. So strong grip, core engaged, legs come up. On the turn, I squeeze the glutes now and tense my abs. Zero swing on the body before returning back to the top and repeating for again around about 8 to 12 reps. Once you feel confident in your ability to control the body during those hanging exercise, we're going to move into the next stage, which is where we're going to hold our body at a more horizontal level whilst up in the air to get used to holding our body weight in a controlled manner. Grabbing the strongest position that you prefer, whether it's over or hammer. You're going to kick through with your knees, keeping them close to your chest, and you're going to follow through with the hips, taking your body up to a horizontal hanging position. You're going to maintain control in that position by contracting the lats. So here, I'm able to hang at a horizontal angle, and my back is controlling this motion. So practice that, holding for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, until you feel confident enough, you're able to sustain a decent amount of time up in the air. From there, we'll move on to this. Windscreen wipers, but keeping the knees tight to the body, like this. Out to the right, hold, Now I'm pulling strongly on the right side. I bring back to the center. Now taking the load on the left arm more, and then back to the center. Ooh, easy as that. Your grip and the contraction of the lat. So as you roll the knees over to the right or the left, that arm is the one where you're going to take a lot more of the load. Then as you come back to the center, both arms take an equal load. We want to be aiming to do around about 5 reps per side, 10 reps in total. Once comfortable holding your body in that horizontal position with your knees towards the chest, you can just extend the legs up to a full extension and get used to holding that as you did with the knees, a lot like this. Again, all the load here is on the back, maintained by controlling the shoulders, not letting them drop. So we're looking for abs controlled, back controlled. From there, as you did with the knee rotations, you can do the same with a full extended leg. Rolling out to the right, making sure to take the load on the right arm and contract heavily on that right hand side with the lats, and then back to neutral in the center, and then the same towards the left. Now if you begin to struggle, don't be afraid to return back to that knee rotation position partway through, and just get used to bringing the legs to full extension back into the neutral. A little bit like this. You should find though in a very short time you will be able to progress from the bent knee position to a full straight leg windscreen wiper that looks something like this. So there you go, that's how you get from a simple hanging knee raise to a windscreen wiping wonder. Don't be afraid to give this a go, don't be afraid to build it up over a number of weeks. Nobody's perfect at anything right away, but if you build up slowly, control, technique, I guarantee in a couple of weeks you'll be doing those like an absolute pro. Thank you all for watching. Once again, anything else you want to see, hit me up in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And that's everything for today. So I'll catch you all in the next video on Tuesday. Until then, podcast on Monday as always. I'm Lex and we are out.